Introducing the future of commuting.
Now, if you've watched our travel vlogs, you will know that we have a terrible history of breaking things, and we've always joked that we would be the perfect product testers. And that's kind of funny because right now we have a product to test. Today we're going to be reviewing the DYU C2 bike. That's the newest bike out of their range, specifically aimed at commuters. And if it's still in one piece at the end of this video, then you will know that it is Combi Chronicles proof, and that is something that should require a certificate. Okay, before we take this for a drive, let's get into the specifications for this bad boy. Firstly, it has a magnesium alloy foldable frame. It's got 16-inch wheels with 2.5-inch tyres on them. Now, due to the UK laws, this bike has a 250 watt motor, which is limited at 15 miles an hour, and that means that the battery in this is a 48 volt battery with 7.5 amp hours on it. As DYU says, this is worry-free range and power. It has a range of 40 kilometers plus in its power assisted modes, but obviously it depends a bit on the size, weight, and also the terrain that you're going to be riding on. It has front and rear lights for safer riding at night, as well as a brake light which works all of the time. It has a rear bike rack rated up to 25 kilograms so that you can carry some stuff with you. There you have the specifications on paper. Now let's have a look at how this thing is going to look when it arrives. Oh, not that one because I did it wrong.
C2 arrives pretty much assembled, with only minimal assembly required by yourself once you've taken it out of the box. Just remove the protection, open up the bike and secure with the latch. Saddle fits in easily and secures with the fastening latch. The pedals are reverse threaded and secured with the multi-tool provided. The battery can be easily accessed by lifting the latch and opening up the bike. But don't worry, there's an instruction manual to guide you every step of the way. To recharge your C2, simply plug into a main socket and pop the power cord into the bike.
Let's go and take this for a ride.
The C2's lightweight frame and easy folding design makes it a great bike for commuters. Whilst it's not the lightest e-bike on the market, Willow had no difficulty carrying it herself. In less than a minute, the C2 can be reassembled and you're ready to go.
Yeah. It is time to go and test this thing out. Now, I would like to point out how horrifically unfit I am, so I'm going to try and ride up this hill, which I'm pretty sure I would struggle on in my very beat up current bike, and see how that goes, and just generally see how this thing is to ride. So let's go. So first up, let's turn it on here, and then using the side button here, we're on there, and we can see the battery level here, and if we go up, that's the pedal assist on max, and then down. And it's also worth pointing out that if you want to turn the lights on, you press and hold it here, and there's the light coming on. Do it again. Bit hard to see in the daylight, but light off. One more thing to point out is that the bike also has this here, and that's the throttle. So that means that you can actually use the motor without pedaling whatsoever, which I'll show you how that works. Now, if you don't want to pedal at all, just use the throttle. I don't think that's going to get us a very big hill though, but it certainly does make it easy on the level to get started. Alright, and I'm going to put the pedal assist on to mid-range. Let's try that. Here's my tiny hill for you. Ooh. Oh, oh, you can definitely feel that motor kicking. And before it is hard work, so it definitely makes quite a large difference, but once you get going, it really is going. I mean, it's, it's kind of going a bit too much for me. So go to slightly more reasonable speed, because I am not the world's most confident bike rider, I'll be totally honest with you, and my current bike is stuck in top gear out of its 7 gears, so having one that goes at this speed is quite a novel experience. And now, I've never ridden an e-bike before, so I wasn't totally sure what to expect, and this is really, really fun. And if you pedal really fast, you go really fast. For me, look at that, goes at like, oh my god. Goes at I think the max speed on this, 25 miles an hour. And we are cycling up the not so brilliant drive. So when you start pedaling, there's a little bit of a delay before the kind of assist kicks in, and then it kind of matches the level of how quickly you're pedaling quite nicely. So if I'm going too fast, you can just kind of back off, and so does the assist. And I think now let's try. So this is the mode here for it. Now we've got 3 levels, we're in 2, so we can go up to 3 where it helps even more, or we can go down here to 1. And then obviously my speed's pretty obvious there, and this bottom one here is the battery indicator. And here's a nice little hill, isn't it? And do you know what, I'm okay going down the hill because I have brakes on this bike. Actual brakes. And what a beautiful day to take it out for a ride. Woohoo! Let's see how easy it is going back up here. Okay. Well, that was a pretty fun little test drive. About the fastest I've ever been on a bike. Okay, so we're only on level 1. Let's go up. I'm going to go back up the hill, and what I want to try is the this has a full throttle here, so you can this gives you, it doesn't just do it for you, okay? So if you take your feet off, you see I'm going to stop anyway, but if I start and I decide that, you know, 1 is not what I'm after, if I pull this down, it pushes the maximum amount of assist. But to be honest, even just on 1, I am very comfortably cycling up this hill with absolutely no effort whatsoever. So if you're looking at a bike to stay healthy, then you're going to need to turn off pedal assist, because this is just super easy and I love it. Now, in the interests of fair product testing, I think I should try this bike without the assist on. So I just cycled down a fairly small hill that would utterly murder me on a regular bike, and we're going to try and go up it. I'm going to turn off the assist. You can probably hear it now helping. I'm going to turn it off. There, you can hear it, it's gone. And now, oh god, okay, it's really hard, really hard work. Okay, so if you wanted, you know, to get fit, then this will do it, and I'm gonna turn it on because I cannot speak to you and cycle up this small hill without it. So there you have it, folks. That is the DYU C2 E-Bike, and to be honest, I had a great time with this bike. It's the first time I've ever ridden an e-bike, and so it was good that it was very simple to get to grips with how everything operates. You know, it's a basic control and function, but it works really well. I like the fact that the seat's adjustable. It's not too big and bulky for me. Like, I don't want a huge, big bike that I don't feel like I control. So I felt really safe riding it. And
was it comfortable?
Oh, the seat is really comfy, and so is the suspension, which is really nice when you're, you know, gives you the option of doing what this bike is supposed to do, and that's going from, you know, maybe where you live in the countryside like here to work, and it will do all of that. It's got some nice suspension. The brakes work really well. It's comfy to ride. All of the other reviews that we've seen of this particular bike have all been men, and it's nice to try it myself because I know that a lot of the time with e-bikes, weight is quite a problem, but this one, it's, you know, obviously it's a bit more weighty than maybe your standard bike because of all of the batteries and the motor, but as you can see, you know, I can pick it up and I can move it around. I can fold it up quite easily, so I'm not struggling doing any of that, which makes it a great choice for anybody really. So if you're considering purchasing an e-bike specifically for commuting or just to have a bit of fun with, then you should really consider this one. And that's why DYU have given us a discount code, which you can find below in the description. As you can see as well, it has survived our review process, and therefore we declare it Combi Chronicles proof. And please join us in the future for some more cool tech reviews.